So, okay. Anyways, sorry, I got like embarrassment. I don't have microphones. I bought microphones. Isn't that exciting? Not the point. Point is I don't have them. I will eventually. They're in my room. I think I'm gonna document just kind of like, not my life. That sounds so corny, but like, I guess like I just want to be real. Like I want to be real. I want to talk about things. I want to find people who relate, and if not, honestly, talking into open air is honestly like one of the best things I think I can do. And even dedicating time to like making videos and just talking and doing silly things, like dedicating the time to edit and make them, I feel like would be a good little hobby of mine. It would keep me busy, but it'll also be like enriching, because like this is something that like is healthy. It's healthy to talk about yourself. Obviously like not all the time, you know what I mean. Talk about like what's happening in your life, I guess. Like that's healthy. And I feel like I have people who are close to me, obviously, but like sometimes being able to talk into nothingness or to talk to people that I don't know feels a little bit better. And I know they're gonna watch this, the people that do care for me, and I love y'all. And think of this as what's the word? Relinquishing, no? Relieving you of some of your duties. I just think sometimes like I don't want to be, and this is what I'm overcoming, but I don't want to be a burden. Okay, so I think this is a good way for me to go about this. So anyways, I'm here, I'm at my campus. I'm about to go to my environmental geology lab. I have a quiz, and like I'm not even gonna lie, I've been googling and like Quizleting, not AI. We don't F with AI in this household. We go back to our roots. If we're cheating, we're going to Quizlet. I've been Quizleting everything, all the assignments, because this lab is so freaking hard. And my classes for like, my lecture for this class is online, so it's like I'm not learning a whole lot. I am, but not as much as I would be if it was in person. I'm gonna go about my day. I probably won't record at school just because like I'm wiggling my way up, okay? I'm working my way up. And that's something that I'm working on. Obviously, that's why I'm wiggling my way up, like a little inchworm. But I'm trying to grow in confidence. I'm trying to grow in the sense of I'm gonna do things because I want to, and not be held back because I'm scared I'm gonna be rejected or judged, or like just let my anxiety overcome me. Like this is things that I'm working on. So I think this is like another reason why this is a good project for me, you know? So I probably won't start off recording like in my class and stuff, also just mainly because my classes are really small. What is on my lip? It was a sparkle. My class after environmental geology lab is 22 people. It's environmental biology, right? So lots of names. And then after that is my environmental biology lab that has like 11 people. So yeah, I don't think I'll record, and I just want to talk. I think that's gonna be healthy. So yeah, this is gonna be the start of something fun. I'm sorry if you subscribe to me and you're like, I don't want this. Y'all can leave. I would prefer that y'all stay subscribed at the very least, and maybe like the video, but that's fine if you don't. But anyways, so also, I don't know if I said my name, but I'm Marley, and I'm sure most of y'all know me because most of y'all know me in real life. But if not, yeah, and we'll talk soon. Look what I found. It's really in my room. I didn't find it. Look, isn't this so cute? Dude, I'm so happy I got these. So I just got out of classes. I'm back in my lovely room. As you see, the wind did a number on my hair. Love that. I don't. I went to my environmental geology lab and I totally bombed that quiz. But it's okay because perfection isn't the goal, you know, and I'm learning from my mistakes. Been on campus for like 3 hours, I guess, because then I went to my environmental biology lecture, and I love that class. If you don't know anything about me, I'm an environmental science major, and I love animals. So environmental biology is like the perfect class for me. It is the mix of both my favorite things. And then I went to my lab for that class, environmental biology, which normally lets out at 5:20, but because the whole lab consists of a research project, it's on our own time basically, and we haven't even started yet. So I got out at like 4. which is really good. I think like overall, like I had a good day. I got to sit outside in between my environmental geology lecture lab and my environmental biology class, which was really nice. I love the sun. I think the sun is so good for you. If there's one thing that I think people should do every day is be outside and just sit there. You don't have to walk, you don't have to talk, you don't have to exercise. Just sit there in the sun. I think it's so important. I want to talk a little bit more about, I guess, my purpose for doing this. Let me put on some chapstick though. Like, Jesus Christ. That is so stupid. Okay, that's a lot better. I don't like dead now. I talk a lot and it gets me out of breath. I don't know if that's like relatable for anybody, but it's relatable for me. I want to reiterate that I'm doing this in like a form of confidence and self-discovery and sort of having it as like a daily journal. Not daily because these videos aren't going to be daily, but like at least it gives me some sort of time frame of, you know, I made this video, I wasn't feeling great about myself, but then 3 months later it's the same thing, I'm doing the same stuff and I feel fantastic and I feel confident and I feel more like myself. And that's kind of what I want this to be, is it just gives me like a reference point and it gives me somebody to talk to, you know, like I mentioned earlier. Let's talk about like, I guess, my purpose for this month, or like the remaining of this month, you know, like just for the next couple of weeks as far as I can get it. Obviously it's going to be for the rest of my life, like this is something that I want to still instill in my head, but for now this is going to be something that I'm working on and I'm just focusing on because it is something that I haven't done. That is realizing that I am deserving of good people in my life. This is something that I constantly struggle with. I've had a lot of bad relationships and like platonic relationships or even like familiar where it's like I feel like crap. Like this person made me feel bad about myself. But then guess what? I'm gonna go back and be their friends. And it's really bad. It's a bad habit. And I'm growing and I'm learning and I'm evolving. But it's definitely something it's difficult, you know? Especially because like when I was little in elementary, I didn't really have a lot of friends. In middle school, junior high, I had like friend groups, but I was always like the weird girl, you know? I had different like sort of niche interests. And I feel like a lot of women of color experience this too, but it's like just being like Hispanic with an all white friend group, like it was different. Like it made me like almost feel less than. And it's like it wasn't necessarily like they said like you're Hispanic, you're worse. No, it was just like their actions towards me, how they sort of like undermined me and like they were really condescending towards me. It just always made me feel like I never fit in, really. And I still struggle with that. I struggled with that a lot in high school. I had a really bad bunch of people that I hung out with a lot of the time. Of course, I have like a couple of true friends who I still talk to this day, and they kind of hold the standard for me as far as like this is what I am deserving of, and this is what needs to be, I guess, normal. So that being said, it's something that I've struggled with my whole life because I'm even now like struggling with it in college. It's really proven to be hard for me to make friends, or at least friends who, what's the word, like who care about me, I guess, but there's a different word that I'm thinking of. Friends who increase my quality of life. Okay, people who aren't just using me for answers, don't cause sort of any inner turmoil, don't try to like humble me or compete with me or are super condescending, people who don't leave me out, stuff like that. Like finding people to fit that category is really difficult for me. I think it is because I'm just so used to settling for bad friends. And I feel like a lot of girls struggle with this. Because girls are mean. Really, truly, and full heartedly, girls are mean. Luckily, I feel like I have a level of discernment that kind of helps me identify that now, which is why I think I am so like alone a lot in college, is because I'm realizing like that person's bad. I don't think I want to be next to them. I don't want to hang out around them, you know? Or I'm getting a really bad vibe for how, you talk to me, how you talk to me to others, etc. So it's like that level of discernment has helped me stay away from bad people, but unfortunately has isolated me as well because I'm too scared. I'm scared of rejection. I'm scared of not feeling like I'm good enough to deserve friends, but I am. And that's what we're working on. But we grow and we grow as people, and like we grow our judgment skills. For me, like I feel like I'm starting from rock bottom as far as like confidence goes. Not like rock bottom, because I, to an extent, like I have a certain level of confidence. Like I feel really good right now. I feel like I look pretty. But it's not always like that. And it can easily be shattered. So I guess like establishing a more stable sense of self is really important to me. I mean, that's what we're doing. And that's what we're gonna do in these vlogs, is we're just gonna have fun. But yeah, so it's like, let's talk about this. So I'm also an art minor. Apart from being an ESI major, I do art. Yay, as you can see. Um, and in my painting class I'm taking this semester, I met two really funny girls, and they're like actually like they make me laugh so much, and they're so sweet. And I asked, I was like, hey, do y'all want to hang out anytime? And they were like, yes. Oh my god, yes. I was like, this past weekend is Valentine's. I love Valentine's because my boyfriend is long distance. We called in the evening, but before then, I hung out with one of my friends, and it was really nice. And she is definitely one of those people that's like, I hang out with her, and it's like, I get back home and like I could talk for another 5 hours. Like I have, my social battery has not been drained because that was so much fun. Because that was a fulfilling, like fruitful hangout. You know what I mean? There's some people that I hang out with where it's like, oh my gosh, like that was like I used up all my energy trying to figure out if they were mad at me and trying to like dodge insults and just try to have fun, that it's like I get home and I'm like, oh, never again. I don't ever want to do that again. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm making progress already. And I just started this mission, guys. Isn't this so amazing? My therapist, so she's very proud of me. There's somebody in the kitchen and I'm scared to talk too loud because I'm embarrassed. And dude, this is literally the point of why I'm doing this, is to not get embarrassed. I don't really even know what to do in this video. Maybe it'll just serve as like a little introduction video, and maybe next time I'll do a vlog. The only thing is like I just feel so weird about vlogging in some of the places that I am, like my classes. But yeah, so maybe like I'll just start vlogging when I go to the grocery store and we can talk, or maybe while I cook. I just wanted this to serve as like maybe like this is my mission statement. Think of it that way. Mission statement of, I don't remember my YouTube channel's name. I think it's Frequently More. But anyways, I think that'll be it for now. Just know that you are loved. You are deserving of good things in your life and of good people in your life. And we're all going through stuff. Okay? We are all going through insecurities and anxieties and struggles. Well, if not all of us, most of us are. Okay? So you're not alone. Especially like not here. Okay, I struggle with it all. Okay, rude. My video cut off because I'm out of storage. But anyways, I love y'all and I'll talk to y'all later.